Good evening. It is now 5:30 p.m., 5:31 p.m., and the regular City Council meeting for the City of Compton for December 2nd, 2025 is now in order. Will you please stand for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance? Madam City Clerk, roll call.
Councilmember Duhart. Here. Councilmember Spicer.
Here.
Councilmember Bowers.
Here.
Councilmember Darton.
Here.
Mayor Sharif.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you.
I believe you are moving the presentation, the PowerPoint presentation, because the treasurer is running late.
Yes.
So we'll move to public comments
Thank you.
on agenda and non-agenda matters.
Anthony. Mr. Lewis.
I was all prepared. Evening, Honorable City Council. My name is Anthony Lewis, a pillar of two cities, Compton, California, and Newark, Ohio. Born in California and raised in Compton, and I am a very involved in the community affairs of both these two cities. On Tuesday, November the 18th, 2025, Tramiel came up here at our last council meeting, the grants manager for the city, and spoke on the $7,570,000, $353.48 CDGB grant and home grant. After he did that, it seems like it's a race to try to get the first numbers in. I thought of 11 organizations that could be benefited from this. Inner City Child Development and Youth Foundation, and I'm gonna make suggestions because I think she ought to get $25,000. That organization ought to get $25,000. I think the Makers Hub and Tool Library should get $100,000. And got me nervous. So I understand what y'all were going through. Woodlawn Cemetery, I think with the extra money, we ought to consider giving them $100,000. The Historical Society, $25,000. BSI Sports Turf, $100,000. The Latino Chamber of Commerce, $25,000. Compton Entertainment Chamber, $25,000. And I think we ought to use $300 and some thousand out of that money to do the Wilmington Avenue baluster amendment, so we could put safety barriers along from Greenleaf all the way down to Alondra. People running their backyards, and somebody was having dinner. Car came into the back, blew up, killed all the pedestrians in the car. I think we ought to look out for the senior citizens renovations at 1320 South Cliveden, 1405 South Cliveden, and 1401 South Cliveden. And in summary, I had a big book prepared, but wasn't going to bring it in here, and I gave you all of my notes to kind of go over. I believe that you ought to take all of my suggestions, pass a resolution, adopt them, and then figure out the circumstances later as far as how they go. How much time do I have? 7 seconds. And I want to wish the clerk happy birthday. I won't.
The next speaker is Rodney Lister.
Madam Mayor, City Council, Rodney Lister, District 3. I've been a follower of the committee, the beautification committee for the city, and I'm just wondering, is it possible to find out when they make recommendations or suggestions on what should be done to beautify the city, certain parts of the city, how those things are implemented, how they get funneled down to staff and put into practice? I live up on 156 in Wilmington, did a great job of putting the street in. It's a great job, but then the trash came right back. And you would think that once you put something in place that's brand new, either city staff is directed to come through there a little more frequently to keep it looking nicer, or things of that nature. People have complained historically about the city sometimes not being the cleanest it should be compared to other jurisdictions. At least twice a week, I walk from my house to the train station. I like to walk. And if you walk down Compton Boulevard on either side, you'll see a lot of lots that are fenced off, but there's trash there. You'll see trash against the sidewalk. So at some point in time, if Compton desires to become a city that's a walkable jurisdiction for people that live in particular areas, why would they want to walk there? You don't see trash cans along the streets like you do in other cities. So a lot of times when people aren't able to really dispose of trash because the trash can right there, they just drop it on the sidewalk. So with that being said, I'm just wondering what type of things are coming out of the beautification community that's shared with the city administration that comes back down to staff and how that's being implemented. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Miller? The next speaker is Mr. Kinsey.
I'd like to thank everyone here today. Thank the Lord woke us up so we could come and talk. First thing I'd like to talk about is keeping Compton looking beautiful. I hear about all this money, but what about on the corner of Temple and Caldwell, that vacant lot? That would be nice if we could fix it up for the seniors. Only reason I don't like Greenleaf, because there's too many electrical wires running over there. But that'll be a nice place for them. Put up some benches right there so they can walk around. That's another vacant lot that we're not doing nothing about it. It is being cut, but it doesn't draw no attention or nothing like that when they have the people coming down Long Beach Boulevard. So if y'all could put that in your notes, I know some of the seniors will be real happy that they can go right there and walk around and sit down. That'll be something else they can smile about. Y'all know I always talk about Pauline and Long Beach Boulevard. What I don't understand is, I know Paramount spelled different. I know Paramount is located different. But what are they doing that we are not doing? Sometimes if your neighbor's doing something good, talk to them. I'm not gonna, y'all know what I'm talking about when I say on the corner of Long Beach Boulevard and Pauline. So I'm not going no further about that, but that would be something that we could try to control. Because you have a car wash, now you have a beautiful daycare center that's almost finished. That's gonna look pretty bad with this nice daycare center we got in that vacant lot. So if we could try to get with the sheriff department, so I know they have some officers that drive straight down Long Beach Boulevard, because everyone have a certain area they have to participate or check out. That would be nice if we can just control it just a little bit. It's gonna be hard. I just don't want it to be like Figaro. And it's getting close to that now. Olympics is coming. And when people come through Compton, look what they see. Everybody come down Long Beach Boulevard because you can get the freeway. You can go, I mean, it just take you all the way downtown Long Beach. But once you cross the 710 in Long Beach, they have about 4 or 5 signal lights. We really need one right there on the corner of Caldwell and Pauline. Why? Because one of the street guys was telling me he almost got hit, the crosswalk guard. They didn't stop when he was blowing his whistle. Because once again, from Temple to Greenleaf is a straightaway now. And we know how these cars are souped up now. So you can imagine how fast they're driving. That's a nice place for them to race right now.
The next speaker is Abreu.
Hello, good afternoon. I wanted to address today Mr. Spicer and Ms. Emma Sharif and Ms. Duhart. I know that I have posted content on social media regarding the removal of Mr. Bishop. I'm still waiting for a response if you guys going to put it in the agenda. Otherwise, I'm going to be forced to continue to go to the Board of Supervisors. I hope we can resolve this as soon as possible. Also, I wanted to urge the City Council to please review FPPC Regulation 18420.1 and also the Political Reform Act. I think it will be, as we're heading into campaign season, I see a lot of people on the dais right now that need to review their social media account. Even though the City of Compton doesn't have anything on the books regarding official City of Compton Instagram accounts on their charter or code or resolution, you guys are still being under the jurisdiction of the state of California and federal laws. So I hope as we move into this election, we make it a fair process for everyone running for mayor and city council and treasurer and the secretary of the Compton. So I hope we all follow those rules. And if we talk about fraud, if we talk about putting people out for illegal voting and stuff, that we continue with that message and we follow the same rules of campaigns. We deserve that. The City of Compton deserves that, to have a fair election, to nobody to have advantage over anybody else. We all have dreams of being well, not me, I don't want to be a city council, but you know, a lot of people do. A lot of people think I'm running, I'm not. I want a city where my kids can live here and be happy and look up to city officials. I don't want to read about them in the newspaper. I want our city to be recognized, to be the city of trees, to be the city of butterflies, not the city of cons, not the city of where we're constantly prosecuting people for money laundering or whatever it is. Not that I'm accusing any of you of that. I want to feel proud and say, hey, we're all equal, and there's equity in this community. So I hope that you guys follow what you preach about unity. So far, I have not seen that regarding Bishop. I'm a mother. I'm a daughter. I'm a community member. I'm your neighbor. But when I see me in the community, they don't see that. They see the color of my skin. And I don't have to preach to the choir. This is a black community. You guys, more than anyone else, knows how to be profile. I don't have to preach to you guys. Yet my kids and myself, even though I'm a United States veteran,
Okay. The next speaker is Tanya.
Tanya Lewis, 1st District. First of all, I don't see anyone from Public Works here. Thank you for coming in the community. We're about to get 137 done. The people really appreciate that, and 138. And also, in your district, they're doing streets also, and I was told to say thank you to you. I want to go back 2 weeks ago when someone got on Instagram and said that we were stupid. Now, I didn't hear that too many times, because Perriton called y'all stupid months ago, early part of the year, and 2 weeks ago, Spicer got on Instagram and called the citizens of Compton stupid, and also was talking about you, Mayor. So I don't know if you straightened him out, but it seemed like he's the stupid one, because it's all on phones, TVs. How stupid are you going to be? Because you got to pay back. And city manager, we need to see all his credit card bills, because it's no way that we had a man to leave here by the name of Thomas and did nothing but eat up the credit card and left us with the bill. So I would like to see Spicer, and for all the citizens that's watching by TV, can it be put on the board here? Because it's no way you go to Pop's Chicken and you don't have $16 in your pocket and you call yourself a grown man trying to run for mayor. Grown people have money, okay? You go to the bakery and get something from the bakery. Who don't have bakery money to get bakery money? A grown man trying to run for the mayor. Who does that? Okay? So I would like to see, and the citizens would like to see, all your statements from the time you got a credit card, because I think you've been playing with it like Thomas. You could do anything like Trump. Whatever you do is fine. I need to see the credit card. And I think all the citizens, like I said again, would like to see it too, because they didn't understand when I came up here to ask you to model because you had a breast lip and a behind lip. I knew the difference, okay? I just wanted to see what you had to say. So show us all your statements.
The next speaker is Missy. I'm sorry. Get up and get something.
Okay. My name is Missy. I live in the city of Compton. Compton. For the record, Ms. Satra, for the record, dear Mayor, City Manager, City Attorney, I am asking to file a formal complaint regarding possible misuse of the city credit card by the council member Andre Spicer. I have concerns that certain transactions may comply with the Penal Code 424, misappropriation of public funds, and the AB 1234 ethics requirement, and the Government Code 1090 conflicts of interest. I respectfully request that the city conduct an internal audit of all his transactions made on that credit card. Review of the receipts, travel approvals, supporting documents, take appropriate action if misuse is confirmed. I am submitting a Public Record Act request to obtain relevant statements and receipts. Please confirm receipts of this complaint and advise me next step the city will take. Thank you for your attention of this matter. Now, last week, when you had the Jason Martin on that statement, I knew who Jason Martin was. He's a rapper from Compton. I just wanted you to say to the public, to the world, to the FBI, and everybody else that you used that credit card to pay for his travel expenses here to Compton for your father and daughter dance. And out of all the musicians in the world, him, out of all people, I'm not the ass, you are, because you confessed, and that's what I wanted you to do. I knew it wasn't no breast lift. It costs a lot of money to do breast lifts. I knew it wasn't. But when I looked at the statement, and you over here at Pop's Chicken, you doing PayPals, you at Target, you over at that one bakery, which is illegal, don't have permits, just like your businesses, illegal, no permits. Something is wrong with you, young man. You really need to get yourself examined. You need to get yourself checked out, because you smoke too much weed. We've been watching you for years coming up and sitting at this dais, high as a kite. High as a kite. And you cannot conduct yourself in a professional manner. Yes. And you have all your followers. And then another thing,
Missy,
a man like you to slap their mama needs to be slapped.
the next speaker is Fidel.
Fidel Marquez, District 1. City manager, this long weekend, I seen a lot of dumping, especially along Central Avenue. The trash can at the bus stop of Central and Piru is overflowed, and someone dumped a bunch of clothes and all kind of stuff. It's in the middle of the street, so if we can get someone to pick that up, the neighbors would appreciate that. I want to talk about the misappropriation of taxpayers' money. And as a citizen that votes here in Compton, I demand our council take action, or there's going to be some recalls. I send out a censorship, got no response back. We need you guys to act accordingly when allegations, not even an allegation, because you guys had the proof. I don't know how it got this far. And the responsibility relies on the council. Because when Omar went to jail for a bowl of oatmeal and some movies, the whole council and the city manager followed him to jail. So I would hate to see that happen to you guys for remaining silent. When someone remains silent, they're complicit to the thievery. Now, something that was just idiotic to me, 5/14, and these are transactions date, the date you swiped the card. You got an Airbnb for $1,010. Then you went to sell Mrs. Fields cookies and Cerritos. Then you went to Caltech Cerritos, which is a little cellular phone, I guess, inside the mall. Same day you end up at Marshall's in La Quinta. Then you're at Ralph's in Indio. You're living lavish on the taxpayers' dime. And this is a person that wants to be the mayor of the city. Somebody who's so childish that goes on social media and talks bad about the mayor. She's weak, has no backbone, because she didn't throw someone out. Little do you know, we live in a country that has freedom of speech, and that's our constitutional right. We can get up here and say whatever we want. Whatever we want, as long as we're not threatening anybody up there. And
The next speaker is Mark Smith.
Greetings, Council. Mark Smith. Bear with me. Let me start off on a high note as we're ending this new year. One thing I've noticed, I don't want to go on in any one particular with the council, but when we address you, why do you have your head down? Please, look at us. We're talking about your elected official. This is based on principle, which leads to character. Okay? On a high note, I want to thank the council at our year's end for, I've seen a tick down on the street takeovers with the calming devices. Very thankful for that. In fact, today I've seen 2 sheriff deputies on motorcycles on Alondra handling their business, because Alondra is a speed track for motorists, particularly in the hours between 6 and 8 and 6 and 9. They were there. Thank you for the renewed uplift, the facelift with our downtown ornaments. Regarding social media and what people have spoke on, Council, you were elected. What we don't want to see is the erosion of trust that we put in you guys through misappropriation or mismanagement of this CAL card and its misuse. Perhaps you have some justification for it, but when it was first introduced, you know, people went to jail for this, and I'm not saying that lightly. I'm saying we've had this problem before, and now we're going to revisit it? That should be something that you guys should both have oversight on. You have a fiduciary responsibility that you guys check each other. I get a lot of stuff on social media regarding that. I don't want to go into specifics of that, but you do need to be mindful of what you do with taxpayer money. No matter how small you think it is, it's our money. We entrust that to you. So if you're going to abuse it and have your head down, when it's addressed, it's not appreciated. Think that the media that I did get, that you're basically disrespecting your entire council. And I didn't appreciate that with the mayor. I really did not appreciate that with our mayor. That was out of line, and I think council is on you to address your colleague.
The next speaker is Gilda.
Salutations, Compton City Council. I'm here to talk about fraud as well. Mr. Spicer, I feel in my core that the charges that you made were approved. Who approved them and based on what, I don't know. But I just don't think you arbitrarily did that, or at least I'm hoping that you did not arbitrarily do that. But the fraud I want to speak on is Mark Puckett. Why does Mark Puckett have a credit card in the city of Compton with $8,968.54 of charges? Mr. Puckett, to my understanding, did not work in the city of Compton in the year of 2025. So I don't understand why he has a credit card and why his credit card has these charges. That is indeed fraud. And I have contacted several people to deal with this. That's fraud. You simply cannot give a credit card based on the policy that you all signed, agreed to, and are acting on. You cannot give a credit card to someone else to use. And I don't know how you 5 did not catch it when you got the credit card statements, because it's definitely on there. February, March, April, July, he has charges. And we got to pay it, and the man is not here. So I don't understand what you're doing. The residents told you in the very beginning, Mr. City Manager, that the city of Compton and its elected officials have issues with credit cards. But you, sir, said it's unfair to have the employees wait 5 months to be reimbursed. But it's okay when you steal from the residents to pay a bill for someone who doesn't work here and should not have a credit card in their name. So what's going on, council? What's going on? I'm going to make a simple request. Stop campaigning, stop fundraising, and do your job as an elected official, because this is horrible. This exceeds what you're talking about with Spicer. This is above and beyond that, because somebody is willingly and knowingly committing fraud.
The next speaker is Vanessa. Is she here? Thank you. If there isn't anyone else that wants to speak in the audience, Council, Madam City Clerk, there'll be Lynn.
Lynn Boone, City of Compton. I really don't want to get into the credit cards because, Mr. City Attorney, I have a problem with these statements. They're not the same. You know, the card is supposed to be on U.S. Bank. And I'm looking at these invoices, and U.S. Bank goes from one side of the page to the other on the different invoices. And I mean like a month apart, not like years apart. So I feel that there's some fraud with these invoices. And I would love for an investigation to take place, not by the city manager, who he thinks he's the only one that can investigate. I'm still talking, thank you. Not by the city manager, who feels that he's the only one that can investigate, and he's not, but by the city attorney, since we're paying him. And if you look at the, under the resolution, the reimbursement package, if you look at letter D, it says that the violations and whatever else should be reported to the official city attorney, not the city manager. And I just want to let the people know, the night they voted on using these credit cards, I said it was going to be an issue. But they gave all their authority and everything to this city manager. The city manager had at one time said at a meeting that he was not going to run the city. The assistant city manager was going to run the city. And I guess he thought that would take it off of him, but it's not. So the misuse of the credit card not only falls back on the city manager, but it falls back on each one of you. Because you guys voted on that resolution, and you sit up there and you're supposed to represent the people of Compton. So any misuse on the credit card, it's all back on you, all of you, along with this city manager. Because if you can remember, they keep talking about Omar. Well, the city manager went to jail as well. So it's just beyond me that we continue to do the wrong things. And this is one of the weakest councils we've ever had. So, Mr. Spicer, it's not just the mayor, it's you as well. Because if you knew the rules and the laws and who you are as a council person, if you feel that your colleague is not doing something right, you can always bring it to the floor at the meeting, not at another time, and not on Facebook or TikTok.
Madam City Clerk.
Before we move, Tony Ward, Director of Municipal Community Improvement, would like to make a presentation or a comment.
Make a comment. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, community. What I'd like to update you on is our permit parking program and where we are with that, being that we're less than 30 days out from enforcement. Back in September, staff went out and personally hand-delivered over 400 flyers to the homes in the Richland Farms area. In the end of September, there was a town hall meeting held in District 3 about the permit parking program. We began accepting applications the first week of October. October to November, Public Works began replacing all of the signage needed to begin enforcement. As of today, we have only processed 31 permits. So that's a large number of people that have not come in to apply and complete the process. So I encourage the public, you can apply online or you can show up in person, but I encourage everyone to quickly try to complete the process to get your parking permits, because enforcement is scheduled to begin January 1st. So 31 out of the 400 homes have come in for processing, but it's important that the community realizes, because I've heard some things that people think that, well, if we don't go get it, they won't do the enforcement. That's not the way the system works.
That's right.
So I implore you, please come in, go online, apply for your permits so we can get you processed in a timely manner. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk.
I have a comment.
Hold on.
So, Mr. Ward, online, how do you do that? Where is this?
If you go to the city's website, I believe it's under our business license tab. It says permit parking. Simply click on the tab and fill out the information that's asked.
Okay, thank you.
Or if you have any questions and that doesn't work, call the business license department, 310-605-5508. They'll be able to assist you. Thank you.
Madam Mayor, what is your pleasure? Would you like to have the city treasurer do his presentation now, or do you want to finish the agenda and then come back?
No, what I want to do now before we close off audience comments, I would like to make a statement which I planned to make prior to the meeting. And so I would like to do that at this time. And so then we can have the, come back and have the city treasurer do his presentation. Okay? Now, before we proceed, this is a memo that I was going to share with you guys. The city recently became aware of an improper disclosure of certain financial records. Protecting the confidentiality of city information and maintaining public trust in our physical controls are essential responsibilities of all city officials. In accordance with our legal obligations, the Municipal Law Division has initiated a formal review of the city's credit card program to determine whether any misuse occurred, whether any safeguards were compromised, and how the financial records were disclosed. This review will be conducted thoroughly, impartially, and guided solely by the facts, applicable policies, and law. Because this is an active and legally sensitive matter, we are limited in what we can share publicly. We appreciate the community's understanding as the review moves through the proper legal channels. City services continue without interruption, and our prompt, responsible action is essential to good governance. I want to thank you guys, thank all of you for being here this evening. I really want to thank all of you for your comments, because it really does give us an opportunity as council members that we understand what our responsibilities are to you. So again, I want to say thank you. Madam City Clerk.
So will we move to the city treasurer?
Move to the city treasurer.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor, members of the City Council, residents of the City of Compton, this is the fiscal year 2026 first quarter investment report. This first slide shows the cash balances at September 30th, 2025. So you can see the numbers here, $1,704,575 for payroll, $45,603,606 for operational, and then investments balance $301,762,028. On the next slide, this is a breakout of the operational balances at September 30th, 2025. So the city has a number of bank accounts. The Metro accounts comprise our Measure M, Measure R, Prop A, and Prop C funds. We have some local housing authority accounts. We have a separate successor agency account. And we also have a bank account for pension tax, Measure P. We have deposit and account control agreements for our Prop A payments, so those accounts are kept separately. We have ZBA accounts for our workers' comp and liability programs, so those are zero balance accounts that are funded from the general city checking account. And then our merchant account, and that is where we process all of our merchant payments, so credit card payments. And so as September 30th, the balance of all of those accounts is the number here that shows 45 million. All right, this next slide is the balance of the investments at September 30th. So on the short-term maturity, the intermediate maturity, and the long-term maturity. In the full agenda packet, there are a breakout of the investments by fund. So the funds that are invested, of course, are the general fund, pension tax, Measure P, and other funds. This is the adjusted interest earnings for those funds for the first quarter. So I believe the general fund projection for interest earnings for fiscal year 26 was like $2.5 million. So hopefully we'll get there by mid-year. And this next slide is just a visual representation of that same information. It just shows the amounts of the money and the pools that they're in. As always, I'd just like to thank the staff of the Treasurer's Office for putting together this presentation for the residents and the mayor and council. I'd also like to let the council know that our representative from Chandler Asset Management, the company hired to be our investment advisor, is here. Elena Sampson is here in the audience. If you have any questions regarding the portfolio, I can answer those, or perhaps Elena can. Any questions?
Are there any questions from the council in regarding the presentation?
Nope.
Madam City Clerk?
Thank you. Now we move to the regular agenda under new business. A resolution of the City Council of the City of Compton authorizing the city manager to amend the professional services agreement with DUDEC to perform continued corrective remediation services at Fire Station Number 1 in accordance with directives of the Los Angeles Regional Water Quality Control Board for a one-year contract, fiscal year 25-26, and issue a purchase order in the amount of $857,450.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Madam City, is there discussion? Madam City Clerk, roll call.
Councilmember Duhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Spicer?
Yes.
Councilmember Bowers?
Yes.
Councilmember Darton?
Yes.
Mayor Sharif?
Yes.
Now we move to item number 3, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Compton authorizing the city manager to enter into a multi-year professional services agreement with Agile Occupational Medicine, amend the Human Resources Department fiscal year 2025-2026 budget, and establish an open purchase order not to exceed $75,000.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Madam City Clerk, roll call.
Councilmember Duhart?
Yes.
Councilmember Spicer?
Yes.
Councilmember Bowers?
Yes.
Councilmember Darton?
Yes.
Mayor Sharif?
Yes.
Now we move to council comments.
Thank you, Madam City Clerk. We're going to start with Councilwoman from District 4, I'm sorry, Councilwoman Darton.
We got 1 or 4?
4.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. On Thursday, November the 20th, I attended the 2025 State of the City Address for Linwood, along with several council members,
As a neighboring city, we need to understand the activities and improvements happening there, which can sometimes support the growth and safety of our city at the City of Compton. On Friday, November the 21st, I hosted the annual Urban Hoedown with seniors, including Bobby Harden at the Dollarhide Community Center. The more than 100 seniors in attendance had a wonderful time and enjoyed the food, music, and door prizes. Thank you to the mayor and Councilwoman Duhart for attending and helping to make this event such a joyful experience for our senior community. On Saturday, November 22nd, I had the pleasure and privilege of attending the Miss and Mr. Compton Pageant 2025 here at Dollarhide Community Center. This annual event is the most exciting and meaningful occasion for youth development in our city. Congratulations to all the participants and the parents who supported their children in this outstanding competition. I want to commend Shanice. Shanice done a wonderful job, and it was a beautiful affair, and she is to be commended. And also, one of the contestants that I paid for was a winner. So I was happy to hear that. Also on Saturday, November 22nd, I attended the annual Southern California Junior Cricket Academy Awards Banquet. I was a guest of Mr. Mustafa Khan. He is the founder of the cricket program based at Kelly Park. That was a wonderful event as well. On Sunday, November the 23rd, I helped distribute giveaway food packages donated by Anthony Anderson and the Anderson Family Foundation here at Dollarhide Community Center. Alongside Anthony Anderson, Mayor Sharif, and myself, we greeted people in need of these complete meals that could feed up to 4 individuals. On Thanksgiving Day, I took part in the annual food giveaway provided by the Explorer One Ambulance Service located on Compton Boulevard and Burris Avenue in District 4. I also participated in this new young group called One West, One Vision. They served grab and go. It was a grab and go event where they served Thanksgiving meals to at least 100 people. So I was there to assist them as well. Also, I'd like to say that I want to thank my staff dean. The two of us, along with other volunteers, we delivered Thanksgiving meals, turkeys to many families here in the city of Compton. There was a lot of organizations that assisted us with the delivery, and I want to say a special thank you to Mr. Hay Collegia for donating 400 turkeys on my behalf for our community. I'd also want to thank Gary and Kathy of Grocery Outlet, and they were a big part of this event. Seemed like there was something else, but I don't recall. If it's important to me, I'll ask you at the end. And remember that we need to keep our city safe, clean, and be friendly at all times. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Councilman Bowers.
Good evening. I hope everyone had a restful holiday last week. I would like to begin by addressing concerns residents have raised regarding parking enforcement throughout the city. I understand the frustration that can come with changes to long-standing practices, and I want to reassure our community that the goal of increased enforcement is not to burden residents, but to restore order, improve safety, and ensure fairness across all neighborhoods. As we move forward, it is important for residents to know that parking enforcement is essential to the efficiency of city operations. When vehicles are parked improperly or left in restricted zones, it affects traffic flow, emergency access, street sweeping, and overall neighborhood cleanliness. Strengthening enforcement helps us address these challenges and allows the city to redirect resources to other critical functions. While enforcement is increasing, the city remains committed to implementing these measures fairly. I want to request to the city council that we revise the municipal code for tractor trailers driving on non-truck routed streets like Greenleaf, and raised the fines to start at $500. Also, the dumping municipal code revised that to a minimum of $5,000 fine for dumping and confiscate the vehicle that is used to transport the trash. Also offer a $500 reward to residents that can provide information leading to the apprehension of those persons. And also the same with graffiti. Revise that code as well, increasing the penalties, and our city attorney look at doing a gang injunction on these continued issues with graffiti. City manager, I'd like us to explore a special exemption for residents of the Grandee Apartments. They are experiencing parking challenges that they have no control over, and the property presents unique parking barriers. If you are a resident or property owner facing enforcement issues, please contact my office so we can collaborate with the city manager's office to resolve them effectively. We're coming up to the end of our lot cop lease, and I'm recommending the replacement of long-term lot cop units in key locations throughout Compton. This, with the expansion of our citywide camera system, will allow us to cover existing blind spots that current cameras cannot capture, enhancing deterrence of illegal activity. I also want to note the continued progress of the Compton Human Trafficking Task Force. My office, in collaboration with Restoration Diversion Services, is discussing the reinstatement of the task force that includes Los Angeles County and regional partners to provide coordinated, focused support to protect vulnerable residents and disrupt illegal activity associated with trafficking issues across the city. As always, I look forward to continuing to work of building a safer, stronger Compton, grounded in community unity. Have a great evening.
Councilman Spicer.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. First, want to say thank you to St. Julian Services for donating turkeys for the Thanksgiving giveaway that we did on November 22nd at Park in My District, one of the small pocket parks. Also, thank you to Big Man's Big Dogs, City Catering, Mr. Taco, Kitchen's Corner, and Boulevard Gastropub for providing food for our Sunday dinner giving that happened on Sloan Avenue, Tucker, McMillan, and Rose. It was well attended. Probably about 400 residents came out to have dinner with each other, and that was mostly about just networking and fellowship with your neighbor. So I appreciate everyone who was involved, all of our donors, all of our volunteers that came out that day, and city staff that blocked off the streets. We appreciate everyone. On Saturday, December 6th, my office will host its second annual We Can See Your Smile. This is a free dental and free vision services held right here at the Dollar High Community Center. Again, that's on December 6th between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. This is for Compton residents only. Please have your Compton ID handy. The services that will be provided is x-ray exams, cleaning, fillings, and extractions. As it relates to vision, they will be doing eye exams, and they'll be making prescription glasses on site. If you know anybody that can take advantage of these services, please spread the word. Again, this is free dental and free vision services. Last year, I think we serviced a little under 200 residents, and we're trying to double those numbers this year. So please notify everyone that could use these services. Saturday, December 13th, as you guys know, is the Compton Christmas Parade. Following the Compton Christmas Parade, we'll be hosting an after party and toy drive at Wilson Park. Address is 123 North Rose Avenue. We said we're going to have snow, so I'm really trying to lock that in, but it's been difficult to find at this time, so we're on the fence about that. But everything else has been secured. So it'll be a concert, it will be a toy drive, and again, it starts at 1 p.m. directly after the Compton Christmas Parade. We are looking for volunteers for those two events, for the free vision and free dental, as well as the Compton Christmas Parade after party. If you are interested in volunteering, please reach out to my liaison, Tanae Spears, and that is tspears@comptoncity.org. And lastly, the city is starting a small business accelerator program at the mid-January. This is going to be as it relates to business structure, taxes, and banking. It is a 10-week course, and we're expecting to start mid-January. The city will put out information for that as soon as possible. That's all my upcoming events and announcements. I will also ask for this city manager. This is for you. I want us to be more proactive in addressing our homeless and unhoused community. I believe we have all the resources in place, so I want to get a little more aggressive with addressing the homeless situation. I know that there's the Olympics, All-Star Game, World Cup, Super Bowl, all of these things are coming, and all our neighboring cities are trying to address their homeless population. If we're not enforcing anything, they'll all end up here in Compton. So I just want to be more proactive on addressing those issues. Another notice to the community, I think a resident said this, and I also saw this too. We do have 2 motorcycle cops, or motorcycle deputies here in the city of Compton. So I'm assuming they're going to be addressing our high traffic areas. So be cautious, Compton residents. We have motorcycle deputies out there. That concludes my council comments. You all have a wonderful and blessed evening.
Councilwoman Duhart.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. On Sunday, November 23rd, I hosted a Thanksgiving giveaway in partnership with United Hands of Compton. I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to Martha Baraha for making this event possible, and to all of the sponsors who came together to support the Compton community with turkeys, sides, canned goods, and various essential items. Your generosity ensured that no family in the city of Compton went without this holiday season. I also want to thank Corvette of Choice for coming out to volunteer, the Shriners, along with all of the amazing Compton residents who showed up to serve. This one was truly one for the books. I'd like to thank the Compton Sheriff's Station and Captain Puebla for stopping by the Agape Block Club last night with Santa Claus. The children had a wonderful time meeting and taking pictures, enjoying hot chocolate, pizza, and cookies. Santa will be riding through District 1 tonight and tomorrow night, so be sure to keep an eye out for him. I hope to see you at the Compton Christmas Parade on Saturday, December 13th. I encourage everyone to arrive early to get a good seat as we kick off the celebration of Compton's 70th anniversary. There's still space available in the December EMS Corps cohort. This is a transformative 5-month program that includes EMT training, ride-along, life coaching and mentorship, job readiness training, a $1,500 a month stipend, and job placement assistance after graduation. To apply or for more information, visit ComptonEMScorps.org. And I'd like to say happy birthday to City Clerk Satra Zarita. She's 21 again.
How many times you gonna be 21?
And someone said that we should be looking at a copy of the credit card bills, but we do not get the credit card bill. It is, I believe it's one bill that has all of the charges on it that does not come to us. So I just wanted to let you know that.
Thank you.
And I'd like to thank everyone for coming out this evening. Your presence, input, and commitment to speaking up and working together help strengthen our community and move our city forward. You are the eyes and ears of the community, and your voice matters to me. And in closing, always remember to eat, shop, and buy Compton. Kinsey, a safe, clean, and friendly city. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. You'll find a place. Good evening again. On Wednesday, November the 19th, I had the honor of attending the Thanksgiving community dinner hosted by Pastor Hector at Victory Outreach here in Compton. It was wonderful to spend time with families and be warmly welcomed by the congregation. On Thursday, November 20th, I attended the Linwood State of the City address. Staying connected with our neighboring cities is essential to strengthening regional collaboration, and this is something that I kind of do a lot, going and visiting them to see what they're doing over there. On Friday, November 21st, I joined the Urban Western Hoedown hosted by Councilwoman Darden, which was really a great event, a festive and fun event celebrating our seniors. It was great to have them out, great to be there with them. On Saturday, November 22nd, I had a full and meaningful day across our community, celebrated a 10-year anniversary of Almonds Place on Compton Boulevard alongside community members, attended the grand opening of the new youth soccer field at Burrell McDonald Park, the first public youth soccer field in Compton. This incredible project made possible by Nike, 1 Yard, and the Concrete Cowboys features murals, gardens, and new programming. I encourage everyone to visit the park and see DeMar's jersey displayed in the community center, honoring his impact in expanding soccer opportunities for our youth. Free youth soccer clinics will be offered every Saturday and Sunday. Join the community at the 2025 Miss and Mr. Compton pageant. Congratulations to all participants for showcasing their pride and talent, and special congratulations to this year's winners. I ended the evening at the 81st Annual Awards Banquet for the National Soccer Cricket Association. Thank you to SCJC Academy and our young athletes for helping make cricket a growing and recognized sport here in Compton. On Sunday, November 23rd, I participated in several turkey giveaways across the city, including the Harvest of Hope event with the Anthony Anderson Family Foundation, Councilwoman Duhart and United Hands of Compton's giveaway at Gonzalez Park, and the Abbey Health Center distribution. Thank you to all our partners for supporting families during this holiday season. On Monday, November 24th, I attended Together We Rise, a vigil for strengthening and unity, hosted by Assemblymember Mike Gibson in Watts. The vigil honored families affected by recent immigration raids, and it was powerful to stand together in solidarity. On Tuesday, November 25th, I attended the NWPC 50th Annual Celebration hosted by the LA County Supervisor Janet Hahn, recognizing decades of advocacy and leadership. And also, yesterday on December 1st, I want to thank Councilwoman Duhart for extending an invite for me to come over to visit the sleigh ride coming through District 1. So I just really want to say thank you for that. Santa's Workshop is back. The City of Compton will host our annual Santa's Workshop and Toy Giveaway on Saturday, December the 20th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. At the Dollar High Community Center. Families can enjoy photos with Santa, a hot cocoa station, arts and crafts, a toy giveaway, and more. This event is for Compton residents only, and registration is required. Please see the flyers in the lobby on our social media pages for details. Thank you. Before I close, I want to say that in listening to all of your concerns this evening, as I said before, I appreciate your concerns, I really do. And so I really appreciate you coming in and reminding all of us that's sitting here on this dais, our responsibility to you. Therefore, I will be calling for a special meeting on Thursday for us to come together and for us to sit down and address this issue that you guys are addressing here, and that is the credit card issue. So thank you. Madam City Clerk, motion to.
I wanted to make a comment I forgot to say. I just want to thank Captain Puebla for addressing the speeding on the Alondra, and the motor officers were visible out there. So he did respond expeditiously in dealing with that. So I just want to thank Captain Pueblo. That's all.
Yeah, they've been out there for a while. I've been seeing them on mail. They're doing a great job. Thank you. As a matter of fact, we'll have the city clerk to reach out and find out, and we'll let you guys know. Okay, thank you. Madam City Clerk,
Okay,
I need a motion to adjourn.
prior to, if you're gonna have a special meeting, I need 24 hours notice. So that way I can notice the public. So
Okay.
it would be nice if you had some idea tonight.
But what time?
What time you like to do it on Thursday?
In the afternoon.
In the afternoon?
Uh-huh. I was gonna have her to poll you guys.
Okay, so I guess tomorrow I'll contact all of you to see your availability for Thursday.
Thank you, Madam City Clerk.
Prior to moving to adjournment, I'd just like to thank you all for the warm birthday wishes. Now, Madam Mayor, move to adjournment.
Need a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Yes, second.
So how old are you, Satra?
21.
I'm
Told
younger
you
than
how
you, and we went to school together.
Well, she keeps saying she's younger than you, so we don't know what that means. Madam City Clerk, roll call?
Councilmember Duhart,
Yes.
Councilmember Spicer,
Yes.
Councilmember Bowers.
Yes.
Councilmember Darton,
Yes.
Mayor Sharif.
Yes.
We adjourn at 6:37 p.m.